Hey everybody, Stock Catcher here. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some potential trade setups. Today, in terms of trading, the volume was on the lower side. There was definitely more fake outs. There was definitely more knives than usual. And I said in my previous video, right, it's always going to be like that. Every year, there's some days going to be easy, some days hard, some days cold, some days hot. And it's always like that, guys. And that's why I said in the previous video, if you check, I said that when it was like this, I said that it's gonna be really hot again, and then literally like a few days later, there was like octo. Remember, that was a 5,400% runner. So the best thing to do in this time, in my opinion, is to take it slow, maybe size down. So today, BENF, this one I mentioned it almost ran 200%. This was the best play today in terms of percentage. Gapper, the next play today, there was a couple good plays today. ZYBT, I mentioned that stock, and then it halted up literally. It ran like almost 100%. I think it was like 88%. Next play, Zura. This one was a nice one. Multi-day setup, I said in the morning time, multi-day. Next one, D-Pro, Dragonfly. This one I made a video on, I think 3 days ago. It made a really big move. Next one, CRE. This one I said step by step. I said 99 cents. I said once $1 hold, it's gonna go. And then this was a really nice one pre-market, and this was a 31% gain. So for stock for the video, guys, is SPRC. You have to watch this stock because recently it had merger news, right? If you're newer to trading, basically merger is a big catalyst when it comes to small cap, right? So anytime you see a stock they talk about merger, you have to keep an eye on it, guys. There's several other plays that have merger as well, so keep an eye on them. This stock, if you look at the setup, is starting to form. What do you guess? It's a multi-day setup, right? So if a stock makes a big move up, and then it pulls back, and then it consolidates, that's a multi-day setup. So SPRC, this is another example of a stock that could run for days, but we have to watch the price action on this stock. So they basically announced plans to launch an initiative to use quantum computing. That's a big word, right? Quantum, because if you've been noticing this year, what's been really hot for like months now, quantum, right? Quantum has been a really hot theme. So on top of that merger, so SPRC is going to be a watch for me in the coming weeks, right? Days. Next one is INVZ. This one, technology. You have to keep an eye on this stock, guys. Look at the daily chart on this stock. It's starting to form a trend. And INVZ, they're in a stock sector that's similar to the other ones I've been mentioning that's really hot, right? Look at LiDAR. Look at autonomous driving application. So this stock, INVZ, it fits that theme, right? And look at the daily chart. I said a minute ago, right? It looks very nice. I'm gonna be watching the stock for the coming days as well. Next one is Akba. So this stock is actually in the kidney sector, chronic kidney disease. Their lead product, treating anemia in chronic kidney disease, CKD. So that's a big it's a big market, right? When you're talking about bio. So I said in my previous video, right? When you're talking about bio stocks, any stock that has a connection to something like cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, this is another one, kidney disease. It plays a big impact because think about it, in this world, right? There's a lot of people that suffer from these diseases, and it's not a good thing, right? So we want to have as much of these companies doing good. But the unfortunate truth is that a lot of these biotech, a lot of people short them, right? Because most people, they short because of either the fundamental or they're shorting based on, a lot of times what these bio stocks do is they don't meet their expectation, right? Whether a drug or the pipeline, right? So this stock, if you look at the cash position, they have a strong, in my opinion, there's a strong cash, over $137 million on hand. So I'm going to be watching this one. Next one, UMAC. This one, unusual machine. UMAC is interesting. Look at this daily chart. It's starting to form a nice pattern. The UMAC is in the drone sector. If you've been noticing what's been hot this year, I said in many videos the drones, right? Remember I talked about ONDS. You could check that stock. Once I talked about it, it was like $2 or $3. It ran crazy. And then what's the other one? D-Pro. I talked about Dragon D-Pro like 3 days ago. It ripped face today. UMAC is in the commercial drone and drone component. So this basically they focus on small drone and essential component. So UMAC, you have to keep an watch on this one. Next stock, Syda Mobile. I actually made a video on this in the past. I think it was like 3 weeks ago, or was it 2 weeks ago? So if you remember what I said earlier in the video, right? I talked about merger. Merger is a big factor when it comes to talking about small cap. So Syda, this stock, there's been basically talks about a $185 million merger with core gaming, and gaming is another hot sector this year. You remember those game stocks that were just ripping face this year? So Syda, this one has been actually, they had connection with Verizon. So if you watch my previous, you remember I talked about anytime a small cap has connection with a large cap, it could be it doesn't matter, Apple, Tesla, Walmart, Nvidia. So Verizon is another huge company. So Syda has a connection with them for one of its for one of the devices. So for Syda, I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on this stock, guys, because merger angle potential. The next one, AIIO. This one is a multi-day setup. This has been making really nice volume today. If you check the chart, also it's in a really bullish sector, right? AI, robotic, as well as not just that, but this used to be actually an electric vehicle company. So AIIO, I'm gonna be watching closely for that multi-day angle. Next stock, NCNA. NCNA actually, NCNA, this one I actually made many videos on in the past. This is it's like a cancer play, right? And if you remember what I said earlier in the video, these plays are really hot. When we're talking about the sector, the stock has a massive range as well, and nice pipeline potential. NCNA, it might be another one of those multi-day setup based on how it sets up, but it looks really nice. I think this one also has really nice float as well. So next stock, last stock for the video is DNUT, Krispy Kreme. So this one you have to watch. It's been getting really nice volume accumulation. They're undergoing transformation. They're basically trying to cut down their costs, so it improves the company fundamentally. All right, so Krispy Kreme is one of those meme type of stocks. Remember I talked about AMC, I talked about GameStop, I talked about costs, Kohl's, Wendy's. Krispy Kreme is another one of those stocks that it looks really interesting on the daily chart, and I like the volume that has been having as well. Right, so that's pretty much the video, guys. If you have any more stocks you want me to check out, I always say to drop it down in the comments, because most people who have thousands of subscribers, right, they don't reply to all the comments, but I reply to all the comments as I read them, right? I take your stock ideas seriously, and I do check them out. Even if I don't message you on Twitter or stock tweets, I do look at every stock you mention. So I highly recommend, if you have any stock suggestions, to write down in the comments, right? Because I'm just trying to share ideas every day and, basically help everybody out, right? Because a lot of people, they find benefit from my trade ideas. And I'm just trying to essentially give back, right? Because I've been doing this many years, and every day it makes me glad, seeing people genuinely, they're finding joy. And even if they don't win, a lot of people, they say they learn, which makes me really happy. So hope people have a great night. And again, if you're not part of the live stream, I highly recommend join the stream and this bank, guys. I think tomorrow is going to be much better. So have a great night. All right, good night.